Okay, so the next step you want to do is you want to change some settings in your wireless router. So you're going to go and launch your web browser, whatever it is. We're using Internet Explorer here because Google has not come out with an optimized version of, Chrome for Windows 8 yet. So I'll just use Internet Explorer. So first thing you want to go is go into your address bar, and let's see right here, and you want to type in where your the IP address of where your router's at in your network, which typically most of the time it's going to be 192.168.1.1. Okay, and bring it up, and then it's going to ask you for permissions. I'm running a Netgear, and so I just set it by default by this, so I haven't changed the username or password yet. So I know on Netgears the username is always admin, and the password is actually password. Obviously you want to change that, as soon as you can, but for the purposes of this, we're just going to use that. So, see if I can find my mouse. And it's going to bring you to a screen similar to this. There's no updates for you. We already know that. So over here, what you want to do is, if you look real closely, and I'm trying not to fidget around too much to move this around. If you've got your PlayStation hooked up to LAN and you prefer that, and you do get slightly faster ping, but a lot of times if you get your wireless router right next to your PlayStation, the ping is not going to be that much of a difference. If you're going through walls, in my case I'm actually going through 4 walls, so the ping is actually probably reduced by about 20 or so. Maybe even more, like 50. But people that get like these 100, pings of like 200, 300, stuff like this is a problem with, more likely with the DNS and not the wireless. If you're getting pretty decent bars, like here I'm getting 4 bars, it looks like. Yeah, it's 4 bars. It can just focus. So my ping shouldn't be that bad. So what we're going to do is, if you're on LAN, you can go to port forwarding, and you go to a website called portforwarding.com. It'll even tell you how to do this for your particular router that you have, and you can go through and manually enter all the ports. That's kind of a pain in the ass, but we're working on wireless today. So what we want to go to is, on this particular router, it's called WAN functions. It's wireless area network. We're going to go over here, and we've got this little guy here. Okay. And this guy is called default DMZ server. We're going to click on that. And I happen to know I have about maybe 8-9 devices that hook up wirelessly to this router. So I want to make sure I pick an IP that's not going to come in, because every time you sign in computer, tablet, whatever, to the wireless network, it just randomly assigns the next available IP address to your device. So if your PlayStation might be 192.168.1.1.2, hook up one day, and next day it might be 1.8 or something like that. So what we need to choose is something that's never going to get used up, like 15. Well, I hit 5 too many times, so we got 15 in there. Okay, and we can go down here and hit apply. Okay, in my case it's going to be updating this sucker. Okay, and so now we're ready to go. So we're going to log out. Yep. And go back to the PlayStation. Okay, so now at the PlayStation we're going to go down to, sorry about the focus, I think it's having a hard time with the reflection in the corner there. We're going to go down to internet connection test. Oh, sorry. I said the wrong thing. What can I say? Right now I've got this thing going on with my foot, so I'm on, you know, drugs. Percocet, which is really nice stuff. Internet connection settings. So there we go. And yeah, we're not hooked in with a thingy-majig. So let me zoom in here so you can see. Okay, so what we want to do is custom. And I've already signed in with the wireless and everything, so if you're already signed in with the wireless, you can just click off to the right with the D-pad. You want enter manually, but just hit right with the D-pad again. It should already be in there. Keep going. And your last key that you had in there should be in there. And now it's saying IP address settings. You want to go down to manual. And here's your IP address. Now, how you enter this is just like the way I have it here. So, you want 192.168.115 for the IP address. That's the one we put in the router. Your subnet mask is 255 across with 0 at the end. Default router was 168.1.1, and in this primary DNS, if we're not changing this, you just repeat what you did for default router. Okay. Okay, and if anybody wonders what this Type 2 is, Sony's got this stupid thing where instead of saying particular NAT is open, they say it's a Type 1 or Type 2. Type 2 is an open NAT, open firewall. Even if you have a firewall, a lot of times you'll still get Type 2, where Call of Duty is a lot more picky. So now we're set up. We've got our down and upstream. So now we can go back out. Too far. Okay, here's Call of Duty.